Let me set this up again. Got somehow. Got moved somehow. Oh, that stuff get moved. Upgrade. That too. Hi everyone! How are we all doing? Everyone having a good day? Everyone having a good week? Happy holiday. It's a holiday that I remember. Memorial Day, right? I've been asleep for a good portion of this day. And we woke up to do this one. But we went to Boston, Massachusetts. That's the right place, right? To go to Anime Boston. We took a bunch of photos, posted in the Discord. You are late. Yeah, but everyone else is late too, so it's okay. And I wanted to do an art stream to sort of talk about it. Now, that's not Boston accent. Is it not a Boston? Is it not a Boston accent? Get in the car. Need my lobster roll. That. To be fair, my time in Boston, I didn't hear. I heard one person with a Boston accent. Everyone else was speaking French, Spanish, or a third language that I later found out was just Spanish again. Hi, Cheese. So, yeah, we went there. We met up with Flobs there. That was cool. That was like one of the few highlights we had. But I have here just a list of pretty much everything that we did. So, the first thing that happened is there we go. The first thing that happened is we left for the flight to Boston. This is where everything got a little weird. I'm on vacation for the next 4 days now. We get to the airport, and we're ready to leave. Our flight leaves in like 2 hours. Psych. For some reason, it's being delayed another hour. We didn't end up leaving the airport for 2 hours after our original flight plans. We were in the airport waiting for, I think, 4 hours, 5 hours. Now, while we were in the air, going through, the hotel we reserved, the Marriott Hotel, shout out to Marriott, there's going to be a lot of talk about the Marriott. The Marriott Hotel charged me for the reservation while we were still in the air. So, I owed them like $1,200. I'm like, okay, that's a little weird, and I still need Sneaky to pay me his half of the hotel fee, so now I'm down $1,200, and we have to wait till we land. And we end up landing, and it's like, okay, cool, that's all sorted out. He gave me the money. Hotel's paid for. Cool. Let's go to the hotel. We go to the hotel, and they're like, okay, hey, can we get your card on file, please? You already have my card on file, but here you go. Take it. Okay, thank you. Have a wonderful stay for your 4 nights. Cool. We have now paid for our hotel. I've already drawn my vacation. And I have to talk about when we get to the airport, when we landed, first off, I couldn't take my carry-on with me to the airport, or to the plane, because for some reason, everyone wanted to bring on like 6 bags, so there was no overhead storage anymore. So I had to step off the plane before we left and check my bag in. And so once we landed, I had to then wait for my bag to come out, so we were waiting a while. Then we get an Uber. The Uber goes, okay, hey, I'll pick you up. Then stops, like, a quarter of a mile away from where we are. We're like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, oh, all Ubers have to park over here. You need to come meet me. Sure, we'll do that. How do we get to you? You didn't tell me it was presentation night. It's art night. I've already drawn the artwork. He didn't prepare a slideshow? Too bad. Sit down. This is the TED Talk. We don't know where this Uber driver is. Now, it shows him on the map as being, like, a quarter of a mile away from us in, like, a parking lot. And we can kind of see the parking lot. And we call him up. It's like, hey, where are you? It's like, oh, I'm in this area. You need to come here. To get there, he tells us directions. Cool. You need to go upstairs, cross the bridge, take a left, go into the parking lot, go downstairs, and you'll find me at 14. Alright, we're going to 14. We're looking for... We're looking for 14. That's what we're looking for. 14! We follow those directions. We go upstairs, cross the bridge, to the left. We end up in a parking lot, and for some reason, all the parking spots are... Minuteman A through Z. So I had to find spot 14 in an alphabetical, like, parking lot. And eventually I'm like, wait a minute. He's not in this one. He's not in this parking lot. He's in that parking lot across the way. So Sneaky and I look across the way. There's a second bridge on the other side of the airport that we didn't know about. We took the bridge that we thought he was talking about. We followed his directions perfectly. It was just the wrong fucking direction. Sorry for my language. So, we then go all around trying to find where how to get to this other parking lot from the parking lot we're in without going back to the airport. So we go downstairs in the parking lot, and it is like straight up Gotham City down there. All the exits are blocked. There's chains everywhere. It's dark. It's dim, and there's no way out of this GD parking lot. So we have to go back upstairs, and then we're like, wait a minute, hold on. I think way over there, way off in the distance, there's a bridge that connects the two parking lots. So we start walking. Uber driver cancels on us. I have like 5% battery left. Bat. So I'm a little worried that I'm not going to have enough battery life to call for another Uber. But we remember where he was, so we just end up spending the next 30 minutes or so. Not 30 minutes, it's like 10 minutes walking over there. We finally get to this area. We find parking spot 14. Yay, he's not there. So we call a second Uber. You know what the second Uber does? He goes, where are you? And we're like, oh, well, we were at the, like, Delta drop-off point, but now we're in the parking lot. He goes, well, I'm at the Delta drop-off point. This second Uber driver was where we started. He didn't go to the Uber parking spot. He just said, screw it, I'm gonna go pick up these guys where they told me to. And I go, hey, can you come to the parking garage? And he goes, okay. Like, 10 minutes later, this MFer doesn't move. He didn't move! So I had to cancel the Uber. If you haven't canceled an Uber, there's a cancellation fee. I paid $5 for a second Uber. Call up a third Uber. I'm like, please, we are in the drop-off point. Can you come pick us up? He goes, okay. Takes him like 5 minutes to get there. We finally get into our car, and we start driving. We get to our hotel, finally. And that's where the hotel's like, hi, can we get your card on file? Sure. We get into our hotel room, and the view, not great. Right outside our window is the highway. So we heard every single crime going on. We heard all the fire trucks, we heard all the police cars, we heard all the honking, because right here is where everyone likes to get into problems. Everyone likes to fight each other for some reason right here. Right there is where all the crime pretty much happens on the road. People just driving, trying to cut each other off, honking horns all the time, all day, all night. It's annoying. Your window had a brick wall. That would have been way nicer to see. I noticed there was a lot of brick wall architecture while in Boston, which is very interesting because, like, in Boston, everything's made of brick. And I started to think, like, in terms of Minecraft, that's their biome. They have the brick biome. And here in Florida, our biome's like the underwater level that everyone hates. Everything's made of seashells and sand here. That's all of Boston, Pookie. We were hoping for a little bit quieter room, but it's okay. This was not really a problem. Honestly, it was funny. Gillette Razor's, like, corporation was, like, right here. The headquarters. And here's the cuck chair. So that was our first night. We slept, it was fine, didn't care about the noise outside. We slept through it all. We said we want to wake up early tomorrow so we can get breakfast and get ready for the convention. And I said, I saw the convention starts at 8. Joke's on me, didn't start at 8, starts at like 12. But we still ended up waking up at like 7 so we can go get breakfast. Now, I found this place for us called, I think it's called like Mike and Patty's. It's like Mike and Patty's Breakfast or something like that. And the building, let me draw the layout here. So there's the front door. There's the register. There's the grill. There's worker. 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 Me. Sneaky. And some biker. This place was like, and we're gonna use Minecraft terms again. There was enough space for one person to stand. This was one block. This was like a 5x5 house. Let me tell you though, their food, amazing. It was spectacular. That's not safe for work. It's plenty safe for work. This is true for British. No, it's the cuck chair. We ended up going to this breakfast place every single day because we wanted to have everything they had. I got the classic caviar first, then I had the breakfast burrito, then I went back to the classic caviar for the final day. But that breakfast caviar sandwich, it doesn't have any caviar in it, by the way. It's like pimento cheese is what it is. It was a sausage, egg, cheese, pimento cheese, a little bit of pepper, like a mayo spread on it. It tasted so freaking good. This was one of the best things we did going here. The staff was super friendly. I did not know what language they were speaking. Like I said, a lot of people were speaking French and Spanish there. I didn't know what these guys were speaking. Sneaky had to tell me, bro, they're speaking Spanish. Food truck size. It's food truck size, yeah. I was on my medication at the time, so I couldn't eat the burrito very well. And I'd still say this place was amazing. Their sandwich was to die for. Good place. Highly recommend it. I even left them a review, which I never do. Why isn't Jose here to corroborate? He's supposed to be. He said he would be here. Okay, and then we went downtown, which, let me tell you guys about my Uber again. I went downtown without Jose. My Uber driver... Actually, hold on. No, okay, we can talk about the Uber driver later. We'll talk about going downtown. We went farther downtown. We went to this place called Hanover Street. Hanover Street is like restaurant left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, going all down this long road. Very packed with cars, very packed with people. Every business is a line going out the back. Or going out the front door, going down the road. It's insane just how many people are standing around waiting to get food. I went to go get a cannoli because I heard a good thing about this place called Mike's Pastries. I get in there, cash only. Okay, go to the ATM, get cash, go back there, and we end up like I end up waiting in this like long ass line that breaks up into 3 other long lines, and I get to the front. As I get to the front, this is the most Boston lady I have met. This was the only like Boston person I met. She goes, "Everyone, single file line, move to the left, in front of me, please." And we all move, and one of the guys from the other lines tries to cut in front of us. And she goes, "You, get to the other line." He goes, "I'm just moving, I'm just merging lines, like you said, ma'am." "I didn't say you get in the other line." It's like, oh, this is the other line, it's just hard to tell. No, get in the other line. This dude started like Chad broing her. He's like, "Hey, babe, like, calm down." Fine, really. And they almost like got into a fight. This kid and this older lady. And eventually the kid like goes back to his girlfriend, and he's like trying to like be all cool, like, "Yeah, it's whatever. Like, I'm just gonna stay in this line anyways." And I end up getting to the front. I go, "Hello, miss. What do people normally order?" She goes, "People normally order 3 cannolis." 3 cannolis? Okay, well, it's me and my friend. So can I get 2 of each of these cannolis? Which would equal a total of 6 cannolis. She goes, Sure thing." She disappears in the back for like 10 minutes. Because I guess they didn't have the stuff I was looking for on hand. They had to make it. Mike's is overhyped, honestly. The cannoli she gave me, this is where I felt scammed. It was fucking huge. Cannolis are massive. How is one person eating 3 of these? You'd have to be a psychopath to eat 3 of these. I ate like half of one and I started to feel unwell because of the sugar. And the best part is, it ended up costing me like $43, and of course I'm just gonna give her like all 20s and tell her to keep the change. But I give her all the money. Here you go, keep the change. She goes, this is where she like does a complete 180 from her like being a bitch. But she was only a bitch to that guy. He deserved it. She fully had the right. That guy was being an asshole. She goes, "Oh my gosh, sweet, thank you so much. Here, let me tell you a secret." And she like leans over the counter and like gets close to my face. And she goes, "Today, it's my birthday." "Oh, happy birthday, ma'am. Yeah, enjoy the tip." She goes, and tomorrow, I'm 60. I'm turning 60. I'm like, "Oh, hey, congratulations, you look great." Like, beautiful lady. 60 years old, couldn't even tell. She goes, "Tomorrow, my son's birthday." I'm like, "Oh, dang, well, happy birthday, guys. Got your birthdays right in a row there." And she goes, "And the next day, my sister's birthday." "Cool." And she's like, "You just brightened my day up so much, sweetie. Thank you so much. You're a doll." And she didn't call me a doll. She called me like sweet or something like that. But anyways, she was this very sweet, loving person. Like, once you actually, talk to her. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I left, and I went to go eat this cannoli. I ate 1 cannoli that entire trip because I just couldn't, like, eat that much because of the medication I was on. Jose ate, like, 3 or 4 of them. I was appreciative of that. We just left the rest in the hotel. And this, guys, your stomach is just too small. True. This, guys, this is where the fucking happened. This is where my trip went to hell. I called for an Uber, and my card got declined. I couldn't call for him. It said, "Nope, you can't call for this guy. Card declined." I go, "What? That's weird." Try it again. Card declined. Hey, bank? What's going on? I gotta check my bank. I'm broke. I have no money. What happened? The hotel charged me again for another 4-night stay. The Marriott fucking hotel stole my money and left me stranded downtown Boston. I blew what I had left on cannolis. So I'm carrying on this big ass thing of cannolis. Swear jar. I just got back from Boston. I got the Boston in me right now. I can cuss. It's a love language. So thankfully, I'm able to like call up my dad, like, "Hey, can I get some money to get back to the hotel? I need to talk to the hotel about what's going on." I get back to the hotel, and the hotel's like, "Oh, sir, we never received your money." Well, then where'd my $1,200 you guys took go? They go, "I don't see it. I only see this charge." So, they lost all of my money. And the way for me to get it back was I had to pay them the new payment. And I had to have my bank void the old one. But my bank is closed because it's like 12 o'clock. So now I'm broke as fuck and I owe the hotel money for some reason. That's me being broke. I got no money. I'm now stuck. This is my first day here in Boston, and I have nothing. So I get enough money to go, like, back to the hotel to complain to them. This is where I gotta talk about my driver. My driver, who hit a man on the way back to the hotel. He was driving, and I'm trying to strike up a conversation with all my drivers, and none of them are talking to me because I don't think English is their first language. But we get to a stop, and a bunch of people are crossing, and eventually it's green lights go. But this other pedestrian decides he wants to take the chance, so he starts walking across. My Uber driver takes his foot off the brake and just, like, pushes this dude out of the way like a fucking goose in the road. And I'm just like, did you just hit that man? He goes, he's an asshole. He should have been watching. And I'm just like, you know what? 5 stars. So now all this stuff has happened to me. And I'm going to be real with y'all. I was really sad. Lord Rabbit, you only came to say hi. You shall go to sleep. Ready for your last exam. Good luck, Rabbit! So, like, I'm a little sad. Not a lot of things have gone my way. Even one of these days, to get the breakfast burrito, we ordered it and we waited outside. You know what happened? A car drove by, hit a puddle, and splashed water on me. So I had water on my leg and in my shoe from that car. I had no money. I had enough money to pay for a psychotic Uber, who frankly didn't know how to get back to the hotel. No one wanted to talk to me. I couldn't, like, socialize with any of the locals. The only socialized person I could find was the cannoli lady. And I was just like, I need to take care of this tomorrow, but I was I was so sad I couldn't really sleep that day. And that was a real bummer. The puddle thing is like a bad trope. It really was. Jose was next to me like, bro, don't touch me the rest of this trip. I don't want your bad luck on me. Rightfully so. But we called the bank. We get the money thing sorted out. I have money again. The hotel took my card off their file, so because they said, because of what's happening with your file, it's going to charge it again. So let's just remove the thing. Next time you come and take me on a duck boat. I saw those duck boats. The duck boats were very funny looking. They were cool. I also remember they were blocking the fire department from doing their job. That was pretty funny. So next, after we got all that sorted out, I decided, okay, I want to go look around Boston. Let's go see what they have to do. So we went to Fenway Stadium to go look at the Red Sox, to go see like how expensive the tickets were. Jose came with me, but he's like, hey, I want to go back to the convention to take some pictures, so I'm going to head on out. Cool, I'm going to walk around and see what there is to do around here. So I walked around, ended up getting a hot dog and a sausage roll. This is around the time the medicine started wearing off and I was allowed to eat again. And yeah, it was really cool. I didn't get to go in and watch the game because the cheapest tickets there for a standing room is like $55. To sit, it's like $100. Not a stadium, it's a park. Get it right. Fenway Park. But it was cool to look at. It was cool to walk around. The structures are very brick made. And we're going to go back to sad boy hours here. I really had to use the restroom after eating the hot dog and sausage. And I was like, I walk over to this bar. I'm like, hey, can I use your restroom? And they go, you sure can. It's downstairs to the left. I go downstairs. Their like basement level is like abandoned, scary, and you can hear like the kitchen workers in the far back. So I'm like, okay, where's the restroom? I go in the restroom. The restroom smells like a ballpark restroom. It smells like piss and beer. I go into the stall and do my business, and I need to wipe. Does anyone want to take a guess at where this story is going when I say I need to wipe? Because let me tell you, you're probably not going to get it. Frankly, I shouldn't have even gone into this building. One of the tags on it is the dirtiest water. Now, you guys are thinking, oh no, there's no toilet paper. Wrong! There was definitely toilet paper. I pulled the toilet paper out. The toilet paper was wet. It was sopping wet toilet paper. I had to wipe my ass with toilet paper that I think someone peed on. Dirty water is our thing. I can tell. So, I'm now disgusted, and I have to go find somewhere else to wipe my butt now that I've mixed up someone else's. Hopefully, I'm hoping it wasn't urine. I'm hoping it was wet because it was raining, and they let the water fall on it. Maybe it was the dirty water on the toilet paper. I don't know. Bad time. Where are my 5 stars? So I end up leaving Fenway Stadium and going back to the hotel because I didn't bring my thing with my lanyard with me. But I do end up going back to the convention. And this is around the time that we met up with Flobs, who was in the chat earlier. And we went every single day. Not every single day. I didn't go the last day. But we went most days to the convention, and the convention was very, very cool. A lot of people dressed up. A lot of people willing to have their photos taken. I was very awkward at first, being like, "Excuse me, miss, can I get a picture of you, please? I love the anime." And they were all very like, "Oh yeah, sure. Is there any kind of pose you want me to do?" It's like just whatever you think the character would do. And we ended up getting a lot of photos that we posted on Discord. And it was very cool going there. Bottom floor. So LA has like the biggest anime convention. Boston has the second biggest anime convention. It's East and West Side, like contending with each other. Boston's anime convention, the dealer alley where you go to like see all like the bigger names, the companies that bring all their merchandise to sell you like the professional level stuff. It was not very good. Now there was a lot of porn there. I might have bought something. I might not have bought something. Who knows? What they did have, aside from the dealer place, Artist Alley, where the independent artists meet up. Now, LA has an Artist Alley as well. Boston has their Artist Alley. LA's Artist Alley was terrible compared to Boston. Boston's Artist Alley was 10 out of 10. It was so cool. Everyone there brought their A game. It was so much fun to see everyone's like art and like what they were doing on display. It was neat. I loved walking around there. That was my favorite part of the convention, is the Artist Alley, and seeing all the people dressed up as my favorite anime characters. But we ended up walking like miles around that place, constantly going up and down, up and down, up and down, like buying cool stuff. I ended up buying a Tigrix statue that I can put on Discord later. Being in the convention, very cool. We didn't know how to get our tickets though, because we did our registration. They said you need to go up to the 3rd floor to get your tickets. So we had to get to the 3rd floor of the Sheraton. But the convention's holding the Heinz area, which is a different hotel. And they go, "Oh, just go to Prudential, and you'll get to the Sheraton." Prudential's a mall. Here in Florida, we don't have malls connected to hotels. So we got lost AF looking around for this like registration booth area. We ended up getting to the registration, getting our stuff ready, and we were like, "Cool, let's go look around at everything." No one was open for the next 2 hours. We had to wait at that convention for 2 hours to like actually be able to see anybody. But whenever everyone did open up, we had a good time. It was great. It's because East Art is better. True. Shout out to the East Coast. After Jose and I split up, he went to go take pictures of all the cool cosplay. The Peru is also a major office building. Yes, I've noticed that. We went to go get food. So I ended up getting like a lobster roll, another lobster roll, a pizza. I went to Chinatown to get some Asian cuisine. I got some mapo tofu, my favorite. And let me tell you, the first lobster roll, I went to like a very, very famous like lobster shack on the coast. I ended up getting the mayo lobster roll. It was okay. It wasn't great. It was like $35, $40. I didn't care for it. We ended up getting pizza at the mall from a place that actually had really good ratings. A lot of places in Boston, their pizzas were not highly rated, it seemed. So I was kind of having a problem finding where to get pizza. And the mall had like a good rating, so we went there. Well, the problem is there's a convention going on there. There's nowhere to eat. So I ended up sitting on the floor and eating my pizza on the ground. Blobs ate his pizza standing up, and so did Jose. So I'm just like on the ground with all the bugs, just eating my pizza. Pizza is always good. It is always good, but I wanted the best. I wanted what they had to offer. I didn't want to just have pizza. I wanted to have Boston pizza. We ended up getting Detroit style. Anyways. The pizza was pretty good pizza. Not bad. I could see why it got rated as it did. Not my preferred. But it wasn't offensive. It was pretty good. Then we go to Chinatown. I ended up walking to Chinatown. And I was like, oh, cool. Can I try a Mapo tofu from this place? Detroit, what the fuck you in Boston? I couldn't find a Boston pizza! So we go to Chinatown, and I go to get Mapo tofu because it's my favorite food. They end up giving me a bowl of tofu. Mapo tofu normally comes with like a beef or a pork in it. There was no beef or pork in this. This was purely vegetarian. It was tofu, peas, and like 6 bean sprouts and bean curd sauce. It's not like the ingredients that normally go into a Mapo tofu, from what I understand. It tasted not great, but I ate the whole thing, and it was like the healthiest thing I had. Didn't like it. 2 out of 5 stars. Should have gone to Sal's Pizza. Yeah, I saw Sal's Pizza was all over the place. I was thinking about getting it, but at that point I had already had 2 hot dogs, like a hot dog and a sausage roll. You like floppy pizza? Yeah, floppy pizza's good. I saw there was a couple like Roman pizzas that I wanted to try, but we just didn't have time. So I didn't like the food I had in Chinatown. And I was like, okay, where am I supposed to go? That's when Adriana recommended, hey, you should go to Quincy Market. Okay, where's that at? I realized Quincy Market is like a couple miles away from where I'm currently at. I'll walk to Quincy Market. So I go to walk to Quincy Market. On my way there, right to sad boy hours, a homeless man approaches me and yells at me, "What do you think you're doing?" And I turn around like, what? Where are you going, boy? I'm going to Quincy Market. Don't talk back to me! What is your problem? And like he started like rushing me, like getting really close to me. I'm like, shit. I have to fight a homeless man now. Okay. This is my day. This is how it is. Thankfully, he ended up walking past me and then started yelling at the next couple. Don't engage. Well, like, I wanted to talk to the locals. That and, he rushed me, by the way. It wasn't like I wanted to engage. It was like, he came after me, and I'm like, I'm tired from all this walking. My feet hurt. I'm not gonna be able to run from this guy. I'm just gonna have to stand my ground and fight him if he chooses that option. But thankfully, it didn't come to that. He walked past me and started doing the same thing to the next group, this like couple. So, I have to walk in the same direction as him. We end up walking away from that guy. Nothing happens. He just goes back. And I end up finding this alley that kind of cuts through where I need to go. I'm like, cool, let's go through this alleyway. And on my way through the alleyway, we end up at this bookstore, this used bookstore. This bookstore was so cool. It had all these like ancient texts. It was like a library of knowledge from like the Revolution and stuff like that. So I go in there, I'm looking around, like, ooh, is there anything I can buy? Like, maybe I can get, like, gifts for some people. All the books there were, like, over $50, and the average price for anything in that store was, like, $130. Where was it? You've never seen it? It was, like, right where, like, an outlet mall kind of was, so there was, like, a bunch of shoe stores, like, lined up. It was, like, a Reebok, Payless or something like that, like a Dave's Chicken, halal food, and then like right after that was a alleyway where if you go down there was a cool library. But everything was way expensive. I said, not worth it. So I walked away from like their map collection, their ancient pictures, their blueprints and stuff they had, and I just ended up leaving the place. We end up getting to Quincy Market eventually, and I walk inside, and just like before at Hanover Street, it's left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, like really far back, like maybe a quarter of a mile long. restaurant, 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 restaurant. This is just nothing but restaurants. If you go outside the building, there's all the like clothing stores and like miscellaneous stores looking at Quincy Market. This was a very cool location, and I ended up stopping to get another lobster roll because I'm like, that mayo lobster roll cannot be the deal. There has to be, like, the food here, there has to be something good here in Boston. I was about Detroit because I was looking at the pizza. Here in Boston, I get another lobster roll. This time, I get the hot, buttered lobster roll. That lobster roll was okay. It was better than the mayonnaise. Still not worth $35, but I get it. It was good food. I enjoyed it. So at this point, I had pretty much had 2 hot dogs, mapo tofu, lobster roll, and a pizza. On my way out, I said, oh, there's a cool candy store. I want to go over there. I get gummy worms. We get gummy worms from this candy store there. I called my Uber, and I ended up going back to the hotel to meet up with Jose, who is done with the anime. I ate those gummy worms, and let me tell you, it made me sick. And I had all this other food inside me. Did I get the chowder? No, I didn't get the chowder. It was between the lobster roll or the chowder. And I was like, the lobster roll was so bad before, I need to see like if the buttered one is better. So we ended up not getting the chowder, unfortunately. I ate the gummy worms. I got really sick, and I was like, hey, Jose, do you mind if I throw up? And he's like, no. You do you. You don't believe any of this crap until Jose confirms it. He'll look at all the pictures and be like, yeah. that's alright. Should have got the chowder. I should have, but I didn't have time. I should have planned a little bit better for like the food experience. Frankly, I could have done without the mapo tofu. Everything else was like okay. But I ended up throwing up all my food anyways, so it was a mixture of like gelatin, lobster, pizza, and stuff all coming out of me. And I felt great. And that was pretty much my experience in Boston. By the way, that's not where the pain ended. So, this morning, I was like, alright, we're gonna get up really early so we can go. I got no sleep. I didn't sleep at all. I slept for like 2-ish hours, and then we had to leave. Because I was so, like, anxious for the flight. I always get anxious before flying. We check out our hotel. They say bye. I flip them off. And we order an Uber. Boston is not done with me yet! It wanted to fuck me one more time! The Uber we called, so we get into the car, and I slide all the way into the far end. The last person in this dude's Uber threw up where I was sitting. And I'm looking at the window, and the window is plastered in vomit, like that has been aged. And the driver, in order to clean it up temporarily, he just put up a tree-scented, like, you know, the little scented hangers right on, like, the hanger where the door is. So I'm now sitting in vomit, and, like, the door is covered in vomit, and I'm, like, sort of just leaning off to the side, like, trying to, like, girlfriend lay down on Sneaky. And we end up getting to the airport, and thankfully that's where all the problems, like, kind of ended. The airport security did have to go... they did have to go through my luggage. They had to see the porn that I bought. I was like, I forgot I bought that. Because I bought a variety bag, and the variety bag had a adult comic in it. I forgot I had the adult comic in it. Was it good prawn? No, it wasn't even good. It was in Japanese. It's like 3 pages long. I would need to go finding it. It's so bad. It's not good. You should share. You should have explained the plot to them. This is called Sister Brother Lover. It's about a sister and a brother who... Fuck. But he was like... He didn't say anything, thankfully. He looked at it, looked at me, and then looks at the tiger statue and goes, "This is cool." I was like, thank you. Do I have any more pictures that made me happy again? And let's talk about more things that happened there that I didn't get to draw pictures for because I had to do all this within the hour. I tried going to a coffee shop to meet some locals. I wanted to hang out with like some people, meet up with like just strangers and see what they were up to. Boston people, I'm gonna tell you, are not social at all. And I'm going to this coffee shop and like the workers there are nice. They're like, "Hey, what do you want?" I go, "Ooh, I don't know what an Australian iced is. I'll take that." "What do you want milk-wise?" I go, "I like soy milk." And he goes, "It's not going to be lactose-free because the Australian ice has ice cream in it." I go, "Oh, neat. Yeah, that's fine. I just like soy milk because it tastes good. Like, I don't give a crap what kind of milk is in it, really." He goes, "Okay, cool." Gives me my drink. There's no locals there to chat up. There's no one there to hang out with. So I'm just kind of, like, there with Jose, which is fine. They're nice because they have to be. Yeah, I just want to, like, I don't know, meet up with someone, hang out. So that was kind of a bummer. Back to sad boy hours. What else happened? So, sorry you guys can hear my fidget toy. I wanted to do the, there was an event at the... Oh, I didn't get to do the Tekken tournament. I couldn't find it. The map was so, like, confusing to read, I could not find where to go for the Tekken tournament. Which one's sad? The Tears or the Gigantic Burrito? The Gigantic Burrito was great. The Tears is the sad. Trying to think of like what else happened. We missed the Tekken tournament. I didn't get to go to that. That was kind of sad. I was really looking forward to it. I practiced Tekken and everything. I didn't get to show off my mad skills. I was gonna lose, but I would have had a good time doing it. I just wanted to meet up with people. There was a like a speed dating event going on there at the convention, but it never happened the time I was there. So I always showed up like way too early, or I would show up like right after it happened. So I didn't get to meet up with any new people and hang out. It was just me having to deal with like all these problems piling on one after the other, after the other, after the other, and it was just frankly an absolute nightmare. I had such a terrible time in Boston. Like, out of 10, no offense, Boston, I know this is purely based on my luck, but with everything that happened to me, I was just sad the entire time. I did not have a vacation. I had like a stress-induced panic the entire time. The breakfast place was the only shine light. It was nice. They talked to us. And I'm a little bit racist. I didn't know they were speaking Spanish. I could not understand what they were saying. I thought they were speaking, like, some other language. But they were really cool. They ended up talking to us each day, and the final day, I'm like, hey, Jose, log on to Google, leave a review, like, actually critique the food. Like, don't just say it was great, fun experience. Talk about, like, use detail and everything. And he did. He left a good review. Had a good time. The cannoli lady, she was one of my favorite people to talk to. I wish I met more people like her. Fenway Park was cool, but like I said, to get in to see the game, which conveniently there was a game happening like when we showed up. We showed up as like, what? There's a lot of people out here. Because oh, the game's about to start. Oh, how much ticket? Too much. Didn't go. The anime stuff was cool. I really like that. I like taking pictures of everybody. There was a Saber there, an Archer, and a Kukulane. 3 characters from Fate, one of my favorite series of all time. The Uber drivers are all a bunch of psychopaths. One of them even hit a man. Deserved. 5 stars. That's about it. Oh yeah, the airport security finding my porn. That was very funny, very awkward. As soon as I saw my luggage get moved to a different section of everyone else's luggage, I was like, shit. Where did I put the porn comic at? But that was very funny, very embarrassing, but like, you know, I ain't ashamed. I'm an adult. And I'm a goblin. We're known for that shit. The 20... In fact, by the way, the hotel was actually more expensive than this. They charged me an additional, like, $300. I forgot about that part for the security deposit. Anyways, that was my time in Boston. 3 out of 10. No offense towards the city. Realistically, it was just my bad luck and maybe poor planning. I don't know. I don't know what I could have done better. You're scared to go through metal detectors. You're afraid they'll beep. I wish they would. I'd fight. That's it. That's all we have. I'm sure there's more that happened, and I'm just not remembering it. Oh, right. One of the Uber drivers. Hold on. One of the Uber drivers took us to the wrong location. We wanted to go get lobster rolls. He ended up taking us like miles away from the lobster roll place into some industrial park. And he's like, hey, here you go. You guys have a good time. This is the Mike's Lobster place. He didn't sound like that. He was Russian. This guy was Russian. This was the first friendly driver we had. It's not his fault that Uber's map fucked up. But I was like, where is this lobster place? I look at the map, I go, Jose, the lobster place is 4 miles north. If you hang outside the city, you'll have more find you a witch girlfriend. Thank you. Anyways. That's all. I think we'll end the stream early today. I just want to talk about my time. Very tired today. Ended up sleeping as soon as the plane landed. Which I got back to my ferrets had peed underneath my floor mat, so I had to pick up the floor mat and scrub it. What's Boston on a tier list of cities you've been to? We have a tier list for like states. Massachusetts, I'm sorry, whatever you are, you're getting knocked down a peg. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for stopping by.